So, we're going to take a little bit of a different turn this episode. We're talking about Roadhouse and Conor McGregor. Was he a good actor in it? All the answers to that question coming up. But I'm not a Conor McGregor hater. I think that although he's definitely not anywhere in the fight game where he used to be, he still finds a way to keep himself relevant, and he still capitalizes on his celebrity status. Now, he didn't go the Ronda Rousey route. He didn't cash in on his celebrity status while he was fighting. I think he waited till after the double title stuff to really become something other than a fighter. He realized you can only be one thing at a time, so you might as well just be a fighter and stick with it. And then after it was clear his title contention days were done, i.e. the Dustin Poirier trilogy, it became super apparent that he needed to do something else. So this is him picking up. And you know what? I used to be a huge movies guy. Now I think the absolute state of Hollywood is absolute garbage. So when this went straight to Amazon Prime, I was like, man, even Hollywood didn't want this coming out on the big screen. And you know what? I'm going to be honest. It was better than most things that come out in mainstream movie industries, like by far. Like it is by far one of the better things I've ever seen for a movie. It was fun, entertaining. It wasn't very deep. It was just your typical remake of an 80s action movie starring Patrick Swayze. Okay? But you know what? I had a good time while I watched it. You could tell that the fight scenes had a lot of CGI in them. Didn't really care. I know a lot of people like to nitpick on that. But look, however way you tell this story, I'm here to listen. And you know what? You told a story. You made it more of a modern-day rendition, so good for Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm a big fan of Donnie Darko. That's one of my favorite cult movies. Good for Conor McGregor. Now, was he a good actor? I don't think he was acting in that movie. I think they just had him be himself. They may or may not had him ingest a certain substance through the nose before getting on camera and being himself. I do not know. I cannot prove whether he did or not. But when you watch the recent Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor interview that everyone's talking about, and you see his demeanor, and he's kind of twitching, that to me sounds like a withdrawal. And for him to be so smooth on the fictional camera versus, but like I'm saying, I can't prove any of this. I don't know what's really going on behind the scenes. This is just all my opinion from my observation. He's able to be smooth. I'm still allowed to be justified in speculating, which is what this is, speculation. However, objectively, it was fun having Conor McGregor play himself basically in a movie. He plays the character of Knox, mainly the bad guy, and he wasn't bad, but you could just tell he wasn't playing a character. He's not like Jared Leto where he's got range. He's not like any of these other A-lists like Joel Egerton where he puts on makeup and you can't even tell it's him because he looks like an orc fighting alongside Will Smith. None of that is the case. It's just Conor McGregor on camera doing what he does best, being himself and being a bit of a sociopath, a psycho guy. It's just he's crazy. That's his thing. But you can tell that he does a really good job of being notorious in that movie. And, whether he is on substance in the movie or not, or whether he is withdrawing from substance or not withdrawing from substance in the interview, I cannot confirm or deny that. I'm not anywhere near these people. But having said that, after I enjoyed the movie and enjoying the acting job that Conor McGregor did, now that the Michael Chandler fight's happening, I'm a little concerned because for him to be acting instead of training, he could be doing both. But during the acting space, he really leaned into that and spent a lot of time promoting that film. Yeah. But when you see him on the chair kind of twitching like he was, I don't know how he's going to return to the octagon. I don't know how he's going to return all over the place. I just don't think he's going to come back the same, because you could tell when he's not playing the character on the set and the makeup and all that stuff's off, and you could see him now currently. It's almost like he hasn't been lifting as many weights. He hasn't been. It looks like a far cry from what we saw in the film. And if he's going up against Michael Chandler this summer, I don't have him as a betting favorite in the octagon at all. I will be honest like that. I don't think he's going to win the Michael Chandler fight, just because of how he's been acting in all these interviews. It's actually very concerning. And I'm only saying this as a Conor McGregor fan from his heyday, his prime. And to be fair, I don't have a problem with how much money Conor McGregor's making. A lot of the McFan base always, oh, you're just jealous of his money. No, and you know what? I'm actually very proud of what he's done for himself. I'm proud of the moves he's making. He seems like he's going about this in a really measured out way, but I can't tell if he's acting or not in those interviews. I don't know if he's playing a drum so he can underwhelm us and then surprise us on Fight Night with Michael Chandler, but if he's being sincere and that's really him just doing the interview, I really think Michael Chandler's going to win. I just think, like, after this, though, if he loses to Michael Chandler, maybe he should just do acting full-time. Maybe he should do movie cameos, focus on his whiskey business, focus on whatever else he's going to do with his life, because it just kind of seems more and more as I see this, I'm enjoying the stuff he's in, but it just seems like fighting is way, way less out of the picture, because it's a painful sport. It takes 100% dedication to go anywhere in that sport. You can't have... you can, but, you have to eventually have the goal of being able to train full time. And it just seems like Conor McGregor is doing all this stuff now. I don't know how he does against Michael Chandler if he fights him this summer. But I will say that the movie was a good time. I'm talking in a little bit of circles. I'm about to close it out right now. But, yeah, I will say that I give this movie about a solid 8 out of 10. And I really hope Conor McGregor is all right, not what everyone is suspecting of him right now through those interviews. And I hope he returns healthy, and I hope he surprises us all, because I do want to see this guy succeed. And he's definitely succeeding in the financial acting industry, but just like I said, man, fight game is the only questionable thing right now. Peace out.